Halloween is around the corner, and celebrations are underway around the world. But did you know that Halloween, along with its practices like disguises and trick-or-treating, traces its origins to Samhain, an ancient Gaelic and Celtic festival? Halloween was originally meant to be a festival to appease the spirits from the underworld. But it's not just the Irish who celebrate the dead. Cultures across the world are united in their faith in honoring the dead. However, they all have different ways of practicing ancestral worship. They can be solemn, spooky, or even joyous. Here are 8 festivals around the world that celebrate the dead. 1. The Hungry Ghost Festival. Buddhists and Taoists celebrate the Hungry Ghost Festival in China, Malaysia and Singapore to honor their ancestors on the 15th, sometimes 14th, day of the Hungry Ghost month, July or August according to the Gregorian calendar. The festival includes various rituals to appease and feed the deceased in the afterlife. People place fake banknotes, sometimes called hell money, as well as cutouts of cars, televisions, watches, houses, etc., in a metal bin or a heap. Joss paper is traditionally used to make these items, which are later burned to feed the needs of the spirits. People offer special food at altars and burn incense in homes, shops and streets. During family meals and public performances, selected seats are kept empty for the ghosts. Bodies of water are filled with floating lanterns, released in the belief that they will guide the spirits back to the world of the dead. 2. Obon. Obon, also called the Japanese Day of the Dead, commemorates the spirits of ancestors who are sent to temporarily visit the earth. Obon falls on different days in July or August, depending on the calendar one follows. Chalk and lanterns are hung outside homes, and other paper ones are floated on water. Bon Odori, an ancient folk dance, is performed in public places and temples during the festival. Common practices include special food offerings along with visits to hometowns and graves of relatives. In Kyoto, the Gozan no Okuribai or Daimonji festival marks the end of Obon with the lighting of 5 large bonfires on mountains outside the city. Like the lanterns of the Ghost Festival, the fire is meant to direct the spirits back to the underworld. 3. Chuseok. This Korean festival is a day of gratitude and, at its core, is actually a type of harvest festival which takes place in September or October. On Chuseok, Koreans usually travel to their ancestral hometowns and perform rituals to thank their deceased ancestors for assuring a bountiful harvest. This is why it is also called Korean Thanksgiving. There are 3 main traditions associated with the festival: Sungmyo, visiting ancestral graves; Byeolcho, cleaning and tidying them; and Charya, memorial services. Food is a crucial part of festivities. Delicacies are arranged in a specific manner to honor the spirits. Songpyeon, a traditional crescent-shaped rice cake steamed over pine needles, is commonly made during the festival. Celebrations also include many folk games like Sonori, a game with disguises and roleplay; Jul Darajai, a tug-of-war with huge ropes; Shrium, wrestling; Gangongsoli, a harvest ritual performed by women in traditional attire, and others. 4. Gai Jatra. Gai Jatra, literal translation, Festival of the Cows, is celebrated by the Newars of Nepal. There are many regional differences in the customs. In honor of dear ones who have passed away in the previous year, processions of cows or children in cow costumes are led down the streets. Cows were chosen because of a local belief based on the legend that the departed souls needed a cow's tail to reach heaven. In the Kirtipur region, people dress up as gods and goddesses and pray for their relative souls, as it is believed that the gates of heaven open on this day. Farmers in the area hold a feast to celebrate the culmination of their work in the fields. In Bhaktapur, a large procession of chariots takes place. The main chariot, known as Tahamacha, is made of bamboo and contains photos and belongings of the deceased relative. As part of celebrations, men sometimes cross-dress by donning a hakapatasi, a typical black sari-style fabric usually worn by females. There are also performances of a folk dance known as Gintangizi. 5. Chum Ben. Chum Ben is a Cambodian festival that lasts for 15 days and is one of the most important public holidays in the country. It is believed that the gates of hell are open during this period, which falls sometime between September and October. The living must therefore help their ancestral souls in their atonement and provide relief or even liberation. Like the Chinese festival, the ghosts here are thought to be hungry too. Food offerings are made to monks in the pagodas, but some people prefer a more direct way of feeding the spirits by ritualistically tossing rice balls in graveyards, temples or fields. It is said that if a person fails to feed the starving spirits, they will receive their wrath. However, those who manage to offer them food will be blessed with good karma and prosperity. On the last day of the festival, small boats made from banana leaves are loaded with fruits, sweets, money, incense, etc. and set afloat to accompany the spirits on their journey back to the other side. Six. Pitru Paksha. In several parts of India, too, food forms an integral part of rituals commemorating the dead during Pitru Paksha, usually celebrated after Ganesh Utsav and before Navratri in September or October. Prayers are offered for the souls of 3 preceding generations of one's ancestors, who are believed to be in Pitraloka, a realm between heaven and earth governed by Yama, the god of death. Pitru Paksha is a 15 or 16-day period, and during this time, people perform many rituals to worship the dead, most notably the death rite of Shraddha or Tarpana. Like with Chuseok, there are strict rules in place, governing not only the preparation of food but also its contents. Clothes are given as offerings to Brahmins or donations to the poor. People also feed cows, crows and dogs as part of their observances. Followers tend to avoid any jubilant celebrations like marriages or special activities like buying new things during this period. Many even abstain from alcohol and non-vegetarian food. Seven. Samhain. Samhain is an ancient Gaelic and Celtic festival celebrated in Ireland, Scotland and Wales on 31st of October and 1st of November. It marks the beginning of the darker half of the year with the onset of winter and the end of the harvest season. Similar to the belief of Chum Ben, it is said that the line between the world of the living and the dead is the thinnest during this time. Samhain's followers place food and drink outside their homes to appease the spirits that would cross over to this world. This was also a way to ensure that the ghosts would not render their land barren. To ward off evil and not fall prey to supernatural trickery, they would light bonfires, dress up in scary costumes, and even offer animal sacrifices in the early days. The festival is still celebrated in the region, notably with bonfires on the Hill of Ward in the town of Athboy in Ireland. Eight. Dia de los Muertos. The Mexican Day of the Dead is well known for its animated celebrations and traditions. Dia de los Muertos is also observed in other parts of Latin America and coincides with All Souls' Day on 2nd of November. The festival is more of a jubilant rather than a solemn one, as it is a celebration of the lives and legacy of the deceased. There are parades, dances and parties. People visit their loved ones' graves, tidy them up, and place photos. There are also beautiful ofrendas, home altars, erected in their memory. Ofrendas usually contain the favorite foods and drinks of the loved one, along with other mementos and traditional items like religious icons, calaveras, small edible skulls made of sugar, marigold flowers known as cempasúchil, and pan de muerto, bread of the dead. People get together with their families, composing and reciting calaveras leader arias, a mock epitaph addressed to living members in a humorous manner. In Guatemala, the Festival de Berlitz Gigantes, Giant Kite Festival, is celebrated around Dia de los Muertos to commemorate the dead by flying enormous kites, a tradition going back thousands of years. Death is often viewed as something to fear or a taboo subject most would rather avoid talking about. But in cultures around the world, there are specific holidays and observances to celebrate and honor the dead. While celebrations are as diverse as life itself, all pay tribute to lost loved ones with rich cultural customs.